Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours for the day of 949, 29th of September. There is quite a number of frontline changes over the past 24 hours. A lot of them is over in the Kursk front as the Ukrainians continue to make some success over in the Glushkovo sector. Updates over at Novi Put, Novi Siloe, Obod, Black-Kovo over in the southern flank, Andrievka over at the Bakhmut front, Kresnia in the Pokrov front, Marinivka, as well as the south of Selidove. So we're going to go into the Kursk front first. Over in the Glushkovo sector, the Ukrainian forces have advanced in this area here. So this is Glushkovo, by the way. So I'm going to move the map up a bit. So in yesterday's situation report, based on the two geolocation, the Ukrainian forces most likely have captured Vasiloy, and DPA have basically mapped it as so. There is more updated information based on geolocation. There's Ukrainian forces west of Pukovka, east of Pukovka, north of Obod, which means that the Ukrainian forces have actually advanced further. Also, over on the west of east of Vasiloy, as well as near Vofino. This area here, this is disclaimed, or this is actually mapped by the Russian mapping. The Russian claims that Vasiloy is actually not captured by the Ukrainian forces. They claim that the Russians are still there. They also claim that the Russians are still at Obukovka as well. The entire area here is gray zone. They don't think that this is actually Ukrainian control. They say that the Ukrainians attack from this direction. So I need to zoom in because if not, it gets confusing. So based on the Russian mapping, they say that the Russians still have firm control in this area here, as well as in this area here. They say the Ukrainians attack from a western flanking movement to the north of Vasiloy. This is what they claim is to have happened, and the Russian lost grounds all the way in the northwest of Novi Put. This is where the Ukrainians have advanced. So yeah, so it's starting to get a bit foggy around here, so we will continue to monitor the situation. Otherwise, there is the geolocations just is quite clear where the Ukrainians are at this moment. Just that the status of Vasiloy is now in dubs. Bukovka, according to the Russians, say is in the gray zone right now. So take it with a pinch of salt. My gut feeling is that Vasiloy is under full Ukrainian control right now, and most likely Bukovka is now also under full Ukrainian control because of the geolocation of the Ukrainian forces west of Bukovka. So this geolocation is how the Russians think that it's coming in a western flanking movement around Vasiloy. But yeah, I'm not sure. So let's see how this goes. This is the main update, in this frontline changes report, the biggest one, as the Ukrainian forces finally broke out from this stalemate situation that they have found themselves in as they try for the Glushkovo offensive. So we will continue to monitor. The Ukrainians finally is having some success, and we shall see how far this can go. So after this area, we have frontline changes over at Black-Kovo. So the Russians have their own advances as well. Over in the southern flank, the Russian forces have surprisingly geolocated south of Black-Kovo. This confirmed Russians have actually moved, at least in a massive advance. This is reportedly a major armored mechanized assault. So there is no confirmation of a capture of Black-Kovo yet, nor Russian forces inside Black-Kovo. And I still cannot corroborate whether the Russians have captured Borky or not. So while I was pretty tempted to just draw it together, I decided not to because it's better to be a bit more conservative. This area is also pretty big. The capture is most likely around 13.6 square kilometers. So let's reflect this with the Ukrainian capture. The Ukrainian capture, this is 7.68. This is 4. So 7.684 is around 11, 12, 13. So around 13.6. So Russian surprisingly is also 13.6. So there is a very similar exchange of grounds between the Russian and Ukrainians in the Kursk side. So to say that the Ukrainians are winning also not exactly accurate per se. It is pretty much a draw at this moment. They are swapping lands. So the Russian forces is in open ground because this is the armored rush. We are unclear whether the Russians are able to have any positions around here yet. Ukrainian forces was geolocated within this forest, getting hit by FPV drones. Ukrainians are also allegedly on the attack, allegedly. So we shall see how these continue to develop. This is pretty unclear for the Russian side because this is open grounds. But the Ukrainian one is a bit more firmer because the Ukrainian forces are geolocated within the forest lines region. So it's a bit of a different situation between the two. So that's the Kursk front situation. The next frontline change is over at the Bakhmut front. In the southern flank of the Bakhmut front, Russian forces have been geolocated in the north of Andriivka, confirming that the Russians have captured Andriivka. So this comes after a long time after the Russian Defense Ministry first announced that they have captured Andriivka or recaptured Andriivka on the 23rd of May, which is super long time ago. So this is only the first objective evidence of Russian presence in Andriivka. So the geolocation is Russian forces getting hit by Ukrainian fire. Not sure what kind of fire. I didn't see the footage. So this is the current situation in the south of Bakhmut. Most likely, these salients don't exist. This most likely don't exist. But we shall see. But the fact that they are under fire when they are in Andriivka does invalidate my suspicion that the Russians have already taken most of the canal. So most likely this hypothesis is now invalidated. The most likely the salient is now something in the west of Kutyomivka and Ozeryanivka. So this is the reduced projection because Russian forces getting under fire at Andriivka does show that the Ukrainians are pretty near to this area here. So the next frontline change is over at Krasnaya. So this is covered in the frontline changes. The situation report. Russian forces have made some advance inside of Krasnaya. So this is a small advance, and so this is in the Pokrov front, by the way. This is in the Pokrov front. South of that position, Russian forces have straightened the front line west of Novohrodivka, as well as fully capturing Marinivka. So this allowed the Russians to now attack Selidove from the north with this straightening of the front line. The fact that the front line is so straight means that this is still not the firm line yet. The Russian advance might be bigger than this, as this is just a very quick drawing of the front line. And there's one last frontline change is over in the south of Selidove. So this is a very minute one. Russian forces landed troops in the tree lines in this forest along the railway line, so confirming Russian presence in this area here as they try to expand and expand their control, the foothold around this area here in the south of Selidove. So this is where the Russians can attack northward in a pincer and then three prong attack. So anyway, this is the frontline changes report for the past 24 hours. So thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe. Do help to share because YouTube don't love us in September. So we have to make our own blessings. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next update.